Welcome back to another FC25 player review. Today's player review is the Level 10 UEFA Europa Conference League Road to the Final Yacine Adli. Now, this is the other Road to the Final pick from Level 10. So you would have seen Adebayo's review yesterday, and as I promised, Adli's review would drop today. So with that being said, the team on the screen, it is a 4-3-3 second variation, Serie A, Premier League icon hybrid, and Eredivisie, And to be honest, I actually really enjoyed this team. I'm very fortunate to have the likes of Team of the Year Saliba. To be honest, it's the only Team of the Year I actually packed across 2 accounts, but here we are. However, the main player we are looking at is Road to the Final Adli, and as you can see, he's 6'1", controlled lengthy acceleration type with an anchor, 3-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot. In the 3 matches that I played, scored 0 goals, however he did get 5 assists, and then fortunately no cards. Then his preferred position is CDM. He can also play as a centre mid or a cam, so he does actually have really good versatility across the midfield. Then his stats, pace, absolutely fantastic, regardless of CDM, centre mid or cam, 88 pace, but with the anchor it does take him up to 92 acceleration and sprint speed, so for me, just absolutely spectacular. Shooting is actually pretty decent. He's got 85 shot power and 87 long shots. So if you're playing him as a cam, then potentially do just take a pot shot from the edge of the box. Passing, really spectacular. 90 vision, 90 short passing and 94 long passing. He also does have 84 free kick accuracy, so it's actually pretty decent. And then looking at his dribbling, 81 agility and 81 balance. To be honest, in game it actually felt considerably higher. He felt incredibly agile on the ball considering he's 6'1". He's got 88 reactions and 94 composure. Whenever I talk about dribbling, reactions and composure for me are the most important from the dribbling stat. Then defending, really decent. Outside of heading accuracy, everything in the high 80s with an anchor. Then his physical's also really decent. Now his stamina is more suited to being a holding midfielder or a cam. As a centre mid, if you're using him as a box to box, he will be dead by about the 70th minute, but that's just the way EA make this game. And then again, do I think Fiorentina will win the Conference League? In my opinion, I don't think they will. I think they'll probably get to the semi-finals, maybe the final, but I do personally believe Chelsea will win the Conference League. Fiorentina might get far, and Adli may get a couple upgrades, but we'll have to wait and see. And then into playstyles, he's got incisive pass, long ball pass plus, which is really good considering he's got good long passing. Then he's got anticipate, which is decent, but obviously you'd like to see anticipate plus. Then he's got press proven, which is good. And then finally, he does have base relentless. It is okay, but it's definitely not the best, especially when he only has 82 stamina. Then for roles, as a CDM, he can be a holding plus or a deep line playmaker plus plus. As a centre mid, he can be a holding plus, deep line playmaker plus plus, or box to box plus. And then as a cam, he has no plus roles. For me, I used him as a CDM with deep line playmaker plus plus. I just think this card very much suits that style of play because overall, I think he is just more suited to being a holding midfielder. The dribbling's good, but the passing, defending, physicals is what I look at mainly, and his lack of skill moves, but a good weak foot. Personally, 6'1", he just sort of screams holding midfielder for me, so that is how I played him. And with that being said, let's head into the gameplay. Okay, so into the gameplay for Adli, starting off with the pros. First of all would have to be his pace. With an anchor, he does go up to 92 pace, which is absolutely fantastic. Then he's got good shot power and good long shots. His passing is absolutely spectacular. 90 vision, 90 short passing and 94 long passing. But he does also have long ball pass plus. His dribbling was actually surprisingly good, considering he's got 81 agility and 81 balance, but he also has 88 reactions and 94 composure. Then his defending is also very good. Just overall, it gets a massive boost with an anchor, a bit like his physicals, 94 jumping, 90 strength and 92 aggression. Then he's also got a 4-star weak foot. And then moving on to the cons, I would have to say his 82 stamina. He does have relentless, but it won't be good enough. And then he's also only got 3-star skill moves. And finally, he does have a lack of playstyle pluses. Okay, so now that you've seen the gameplay for Adli, would I recommend taking him from level 10? And in my opinion, I would have to say no, simply because of Adebayo being the other choice. And as I said in his review, and this one a little bit earlier, I do believe Chelsea will win the Conference League. Now, I'm lucky enough to have 2 accounts, so I can review both players from level 10 and all the other levels where there's 2 options. For me, Fiorentina, I do think this Adli card will get a few upgrades because Fiorentina have actually been doing quite well this season. And to be honest, this card is actually a really good card. In the 3 games, he did get 5 assists, and that's him playing as a CDM. Obviously, he does have a lack of skill moves, but if they did progress in the competition, then that would most likely be sorted. He's 6'1", so good height for a CDM, controlled lengthy acceleration type. I did actually find him to be quite an enjoyable card, especially in this team. I mean, this team actually did surprise me at how good it was. Lots of fun players in there. Obviously, you can see this is on my Brobby's Boys account with Brobby at left wing. And just this card in general, I mean, when it comes to positions, as I said, definitely CDM. Centre mid, with his stats, I would want him to be a box-to-box midfielder. But because of his 82 stamina, I just don't think he can really play that. As a cam, I mean, he definitely could play as a cam, but then his shooting, as I said, he's got good shot power and long shots, but his finishing's quite low, his volleys are quite low. I mean, his penalties are sort of irrelevant for that. His passing, really fantastic, so just across the board, as a CDM, centre mid or cam, his passing is absolutely spectacular. Dribbling's really good. The 88 reactions and 94 composure, especially the 88 reactions, is why I decided to play him as a CDM. Because of a lot of loose balls, he's going to be the first one there, which is obviously what you want from a holding midfielder. Then his defending, really solid. As I said, the heading accuracy is not the best, but to be honest, because he's got 94 jumping, as long as he wins the ball in the air, especially in that sort of holding midfielder role, I mean, that's all you're really asking for. You're not asking him to actually score from the halfway line. Strength's really decent. As I said, the stamina, it is just a little bit too low for my liking. If he had Relentless Plus, well, first of all, he should have mid-90s stamina if he did have Relentless Plus. So I think that's why, for me, holding midfielder is significantly better because he's not going to be doing anywhere near the amount of running. And then the stats, I mean, you can read there what would happen. I think probably qualify for the semi-finals. So he could get a skill move or weak foot upgrade, which would be good. Then the playstyles, I mean, long ball pass plus is actually pretty decent. Anticipate's good, Press Proven's good, Relentless is good, but only if they have incredibly high stamina to begin with. So that's sort of a 50-50 for me. Then for roles, Deep Line Playmaker is actually pretty decent. As I said, for a centre mid, the box to box, if that was a plus, then I do think his stats are good enough, but they're also not because of the stamina. So for me, overall, he was actually a surprisingly good card. And if you don't like Chelsea and you don't think they're going to do well, if you think Fiorentina are going to go all the way and win it, definitely do take this card because he is actually a really good card. For me personally, the reason on my main account I did take Adebayo is simply because I think Chelsea will win the Conference League. Otherwise, this Adli card, reviewing him as his own player, absolutely fantastic, great as a holding midfielder, got loads of assists, and to be honest, with him being in the Serie A, he's not even the hardest player to link. He's also French, so good links, good player all round. For me, I just don't think he's going to get too many upgrades, hence why I would rather take Adebayo from level 10. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it and would like to see more FC25 content, click the video on the left for my World Tour Lino review, and on the right is my Conference League Road to the Final Adebayo review. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.